Hey everybody, I want you to head down to teespring.com and check out Bondy's Boutique and get some of Bondy's merch.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Bondy Blue and I am back for another 90-Day Fiance, the other way review. Let's just go ahead and get into it, okay? Let's start with Cory and Evelyn. I'm actually starting to like Evelyn. She's a bit of a bitch, but I understand her aggravation with Cory. He is very, God, shielded, and I just don't understand what he was expecting when he moved to her country, which obviously does not have the same luxuries as America. He knew this and he decided to move there anyway, and now that he's gotten there, he's surprised and annoyed and disgusted and inconvenienced and uncomfortable with everything. And I understand why she wanted him to learn her language, to come there and be able to find a job and work and be in this country on his own without constantly needed her supervision. I understand why she felt like that, because he is fucking exhausting. Let's just say it like that. So they're about to go to this like dinner with her family, to meet her family, because they've never met Cory. And they go down the block to the chicken lady so they can get some chicken to bring to the family, right? And it's a chicken coop. The lady raises chickens. It's a chicken farm. And then you go out back, take chicken, put it in a little thing, and wrench its neck and cut its neck off and wrap the shit up. Probably pluck it for you for extra, 2 pesos or whatever they got out there. And then you got you fresh ass chicken. Y'all, he whined and squealed the entire time. Oh my God, are we really gonna do this? Oh my God, that's so disgusting. No, don't do that, don't do that, no, don't do that, no. And the lady was just laughing at him. She was like, the men from here are much more tough. I said, making American men look soft. Let me tell you something. I don't know where he from, but we some country motherfuckers down here. And I look forward to getting like cow and chicken and shit straight off somebody's farm from down here in Louisiana. I'm a fan of eating stuff straight off a farm. But I also feel like people need to appreciate the food that they eat and the animals that they eat. Like, that's why people used to pray over food. Not really because it's religious, but to be thankful for the animal that died so that you shall live, okay? So the fact that we have to buy everything in grocery stores now disconnects us from that sacrifice. And as he sits there asking for the chicken to be wrapped in plastic, like, we're all just like, oh my God, Cory, really? Like, I'm just saying, I would feel some type of way, but I would like fresh chicken. So if you gotta kill the shit when I get there, that's fine. Like, let me just stand over here. Like, that's okay. Like, the chickens have to die. Every time you buy a chicken, you are responsible for its death, Cory, because they're only killing the amount of chicken they're killing because of how many people are going to buy the chicken in the grocery stores, okay? So please remember that eating chicken when you come back is just as responsible as the chicken that you kill over there. All right, just as responsible. In all honesty, the way they do it over there, I find better, because they probably ain't putting all them hormones and shit in their chicken. But yeah, he aggravating. Like, he just really did the most about that. And so then when he finally, takes it over there to their house to meet the family, and, they seem to be very nice, casual conversation. He knows a little bit of Spanish, thank you, Jesus. So he's able to communicate with the family. And I thought that was nice. And I appreciated that about Cory, because there are a lot of these men that do not do that. But I also feel like if it wasn't for the fact that Evelyn makes him do it and makes it a point to say he needs to learn her culture, he wouldn't do it. And I think that just annoys me, because it makes me feel like they fetishize women. I've said this so many times, but it's the truth. Do you really love someone if you're not accepting of their culture and their language? Like, do you really love them, or do you want to be with them for what they can be for you? Which a lot of the times is a little Latin arm piece or something, or a little Brazilian arm piece, whatever. But Cory starts to do a magic trick. He thought it would be a good way to bond with her family. I need to understand why Evelyn did not warn him about her family and how they would feel. I thought that was fucked up. I think she left him out there to dry, and I just thought that was so messed up. Like, why wouldn't you tell him if they weren't going to be receptive, as if you didn't know? The entire family lost their shit and thought he was a devil man, a Quinsuocha, white devil, because he did a fucking card trick. He, had you pick a card, look at the card. He goes in the other room, he comes back, he burns the card and wipes the ashes on his arm, and it's the 7 of diamonds on his arm. And when he says it, now everybody thinks he's a witch or some shit, and they all scared and like, oh my God, like, oh my God, black magic. And they're like, no, it's just a magic trick. It's just a trick. And I'm like, wait, where are we? Like, what kind of magic do, like, y'all don't do Santeria or nothing like that out here? Yeah, y'all Catholics, so okay. Y'all was a bit judgmental there over a fucking magic trick, but I'm gonna let it go. Moving along. It was terrible. Evelyn ain't shit for letting him do that. So Laura makes it to Qatar, and Aladdin is so excited that she, is finally there. He kisses her in public, which is not allowed. And he notices that she's gained some weight. And I'm like, it's not a big deal, but you're going to tell us how you noticed it, huh? Okay. And I noticed it too. I'm not going to say I ain't noticed it, but I did. Okay. She wants to talk about why he's been blocking her on social media, but he's invited some of his friends down to the airport to meet her, so she can't do that just yet. After all the hugging and kissing and introducing, they head to his apartment. And when she walks into his apartment, she's like, this apartment has a very funny smell. And eventually we find out that it's mothballs. She says it reminds her of old ladies, and we all think it's ironic. Okay? And she's looking around the apartment. There isn't a full stove. It's like only two, little things or whatever. I forgot what you call them. Okay, but only two little areas on the stove where you can have pots. So you can only cook two things at a time. And she was like, where's my oven? And he's like, oh, it's right there. And I'm like, is that like a fryer or air fryer? I think it was an air fryer. I'm not sure what that was, but it was not an oven. And she's like, oh my God, I don't have an oven. And he's like, she's just going to constantly complain. He didn't say that to her, but that's what he said in the confessional. And it's like, look, I believe that a lot of American women have a base minimum of what they think apartments will have. And they think that they will have a stove and an oven and a refrigerator. So when they get to these countries and realize that they don't even have that, all they have is a hot plate, then things get a little uncomfortable. But there's a shower, there's a nice bed, you light some candles or some incense, and boom, bow, pow, you got a nice little spot that you can clean up, ma'am. He's a man, make it work. Okay, but I do understand where she's coming from. But like I said, why don't they ever do their research? Why don't they ask? Why don't they come to these apartments ahead of time so that they can see what they look like before they decide to move their whole life to them? Like, that just makes no sense to me. We see that's going to happen with Evelyn and Cory. Next episode, he's going to be freaking out about the apartment that they're going to live in. And it's just like, why were these questions not asked before you sent all your life savings to this bitch? But yeah, so it's time for Jiggy with Laura and Aladdin, and she's hoping to teach him some moves because he hasn't been able to please her. So she's hoping that she can teach him some tricks. And it's time for Mrs. Nasty time. And I can't wait to find out what happens after Mrs. Nasty time, because I don't want to be there for it. So then we move to Devin and Ji-hoon. Devin sent her daughter Drusilla to Utah with her mom. She said she got sick. I feel like, you were embarrassed and didn't want your daughter further making everybody uncomfortable on this trip. It's already hard, so she decides to send her daughter back home. That's what I think, okay? But either way, she takes Ji-hoon and his family on a Las Vegas tour bus. And y'all, it seems that Asian people really enjoy that. Like, whenever there's a fucking tour bus, there's a group of Asian people on them out here in New Orleans. And I feel like it's like that in New York too. Wherever it is somewhere to travel, Asian people are going. I feel like they probably don't spend a lot of money on anything but traveling. I think that's so awesome. But yeah, so they're like having a really good time, and she's wondering, how they feel about it. How is it compared to Korea? And, they say they like America. It's beautiful buildings. They're enjoying themselves, and she's feeling the love. They want to take pictures of her and Ji-hoon, and it's just very sweet. They're enjoying each other's time, and it doesn't feel so weird and awkward. And, your daughter isn't slinging off the top of the bus and about to kill herself and everybody else below. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they take it back to the house. They have dinner, get some takeout that the parents will like, so that she's not trying to cook terribly like she did last time. Okay, and they're warming up to her. She asks if they're enjoying the trip, and they say yes, they are enjoying the trip. They like America, and then she, asked Ji-hoon to ask them, will they approve of the marriage? How they feel about the relationship? The thing that she really wants to know. And the dad is like, we were very surprised about your pregnancy, but ultimately we're going to welcome you into our family. And then they laugh about the fact that daddy was pronouncing family hamily, okay? And the mom also says that she, welcomes her into the family, and she expresses how she was worried about how they would feel about Drusilla. And they said, no, don't worry. She's very, very cute. She's a sweet little girl. I'm sure they're used to being around precocious children. Like there's one of them everywhere. But I felt like you can tell. The parents were very affectionate towards Drusilla. The dad was holding her a lot of the time. Like, I think that the parents, showed that they were, loving towards the kid. They could have been a whole nother way. But then, they hugged Devin, and she says that's not something that they do a lot in Korea. So that made her feel like they were really welcoming her. And I was happy for her because she was so scared that they weren't going to approve of their marriage. So I'm happy for her, even though I feel like it's just something's gonna happen in this situation. I just know it. So y'all, Tiffany and Ronald. Tiffany is pissed off because everything that she asked not to happen for Ronald's bachelor party happened. They went to a bar. She asked them not to. They drank excessively. She asked them not to. They got a stripper. She asked them not to. And now she's feeling like the trust is broken. And he just got out of rehab, and she doesn't want to feel like she can't trust him because the lies is how we get to you relapsing again. So she's scared and she's worried, and he lied. But I feel like stop having such ridiculous requests from people. Like, you were okay with the bachelor party talking about you wanted him to have a good time, yet you don't want him to drink, you don't want him to go to a bar, and you don't want him to have a stripper. So what the fuck are they supposed to do? Read books? Play games? No. That's not gonna happen. So I felt her even asking that was stupid. I don't understand women that have such a big deal with bachelor parties. Like, go get you a male stripper or do something you like to do, bitch. Go to the spa, do something. But I don't think this is a big deal. And if you can't trust your man around a stripper, then you don't need to marry him. Point blank to the fucking period, okay? But she's upset and feels as if this is something in the wrong direction, but she doesn't want to just, throw in the towel now because of this. And he says that, if she were to leave him, he'd lose his mind. He'd lose everything. She's everything to him. She's his main priority. Yet you couldn't not have the stripper's titties in your face. Whatever, I guess. When she said she was trying not to treat him like a failure, I was like, damn, that's some passive aggressive strong blows to the middle. God damn. Whew, yeah, y'all, I don't have high hopes for this. And I finally saw some black people. They was in Africa. I finally saw a black person when they was at that restaurant. So Sumit takes Jenny to meet his friends. And his friends are actually really cool. They weren't mean to Jenny at all. Sumit tells them that his parents don't know about Jenny being there, and that they're starting to ask questions. Why is he working so far? Why isn't he at home? They're starting to ask questions. So he's going to have that conversation. And his friends are like, do you want us to come with you when you tell them? And he's like, no, I don't want anybody with me. And Jenny is like, you don't think that it would be safe if you brought them with you? And the friend was like, yeah, like to try to keep you from not getting killed. Yeah. Like, that's what I was thinking. Y'all, I thought that shit was hilarious. Like, everybody's aware of how serious the culture is and how they will kill you literally will kill you for going against their ideals as a culture. And that is just too excessive to me. And the fact that, this seems to have been lost on Jenny in some way. Like, I just don't understand it. So while they're having this conversation, there are some people at another table that have turned their bodies all the way around to stare at Sumit and Jenny and make little shitty fucking comments in their language. I guess in Indian. I'm not sure what their language is, so I don't want to presume to know. But they're talking and, they're saying things, and I think that they were trying to ignore them. And then Sumit got upset. He was like, look, I can take a lot of things, but I can't take people messing with Jenny. So he gets up. He was like, dude, buddy, like, why don't you just turn around and talk to your friends? Because you're being rude. You're being disrespectful. She may not be able to hear you, but I can. You're making India look bad. I'm doing something to make India look good. You're making India look bad. I'm like, you're making India look good by bringing a white woman to it? Oh, okay, I guess. But I do understand what he means by you're embarrassing yourself and us as a culture by sitting here openly letting a woman know that you are are making fun of her. Like, what a fucking child. And then at some point, one of the ladies is like, okay, we understand. Okay. No, bitch, talk to your fucking friend who needs to turn around and enjoy the company of his friends instead of worrying about the people around him. I can't stand people like that. Mind your business. Turn around and eat your fucking food. Okay? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. That really bothered me in my spirit that they were doing that to her. I just thought it was rude and it showed no type of home training. Like, I don't care what your culture is. That was disrespectful. That was rude. And you need to grow the fuck up. I'm mad that they blurred his face out. I want to see your face. Why you ain't gonna sign the consent form, asshole? Child, anyway, Jenny and Sumit go to see a lawyer to try to start the steps to getting married. Y'all, it's a lot. They have to apply for the marriage. Then they have to, apply for a special type of marriage. They have to send a notice to the registrar, and then they have to receive a notice at the permanent address. So they have to supply a permanent address, and y'all know that Samit's permanent address is his parents' home. And then the fact that she doesn't live at his permanent address, whoever has to sign off on the marriage might not sign off on it. So then they will have to go to court and fight, and it will be some money and time and a lot to go through. And I don't understand why is Sumit not coming to America. I forgot. Y'all comment down below and let me know why Sumit wasn't coming to America. But this is entirely too difficult. And the fact that the papers will be sent to his parents' home, I don't understand why he can't just change his permanent address. Like, is that illegal or something to change your permanent address even though you're grown? Is that 30 years old? Like, whatever. Somebody explain down below. Let me know why he can't just change his address or just move out. Like, I understand your parents will be upset, but what, are they gonna come and kidnap you and bring you back? Like, is that a possibility? Y'all let me know. I don't know. It's not my culture. I don't know. I don't presume to know. I don't act like I do. Okay? But Jenny is very upset. She's very upset. He's very upset. It's just a really big blow to them. And once again, I have to say, why wasn't the research for this done within the 6 years of y'all's relationship that you keep bragging about? 6 years. And the research on getting married wasn't done. The living, arrangements wasn't done, how you would be living. Like, none of that was looked into in the 6 years in y'all relationship. Never had you decided to do, a Google search on Americans who moved to India. Like, oh, God. Yeah. But that's it, y'all. They wear me out. I do think I'm going to pick up The Family Chantel next Monday. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. But I'm probably most likely going to do that. So please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I love you guys. I hope you have a really good week. And I will see y'all next time.